to kind of sit on too. You can sit on the high ground rather easily, and then Clone Man and the rest of the team can kind of bait them looking one way, and you can get a hack off another way. It can be quite frustrating playing against the Sombra. That Crossfire doing so much work.
For sure, and if you can hack but make your health back that's next to a point as well as for Mini, that means that Lastro and Mac will have a huge amount of potential for self-sustain by picking up those health packs, and they also deny them from the enemy, who will be less able to brawl out on point in scenarios where the healers are gone. Clone Man being aggressed upon quickly, a good disengage here, will find himself under attack again. Reptile's behind him.
Oh, another beautiful nade again, Lastro. Every single time this guy throws out a bio grenade, he hits them dead center. Baboon is going to go down swiftly, and he managed to actually kill Derek with the bio grenade damage itself. Perfect precision aim from the Ana.
I gotta give credit to Mac there as well, managing to ferry out Clone Man in such a superb disengage that basically it was tantalizing to Underwater Squad. Because their logo's a shark, they evidently smelled blood in the water. They knew, oh, okay, Clone Man's out of position, we can go in, we can get him. And they burned a lot of resources to make it that far. That means Derek couldn't defend himself from the attentions of Lastro. And Derek's now actually going to swap over onto McCree. Icy's going to be picking up the duties of the Zarya. I haven't seen this from him before.
Oh, Derek just wants to be able to take care of Buds. I think that's the flashbang into Fan Hammer or flashbang into the headshot combo that they need to look for in order to make sure he can't get those EMP off. 20% away from that said EMP.
Ooh.
Like, how does he do it? Lastro kills off Derek. You can see Far dashing over to him to try and protect him. Lastro manages to outgun a DPS hero on McCree. And now the rest of Underwater Squad are going to have to go in for the retreat. Reptile does get hacked, and he just gets a chunk taken out of him as well.
They actually got super frisky there. They saw Buds, and now they're giving Clone Man the nano boost.
Nice moves from Reptile there, though. Nice whip shot as well, coming through from the Brigitte in order to make sure Clone Man cannot advance.
Hiding. He's creeping. He's got the EMP ready to go, Jaws. Question is, who is his primary target going to be? He can be stunned out of this, remember?
He's seen him. There it is, straight into Panic's face. The shatter timed perfectly with the EMP. As soon as the shields were down, the hammer was already on the floor. Nice couple of kills for Clone Man. They clean up. Skyfoxes continue to hold. 1 minute and 50 seconds now remain for Underwater Squad to try and get a tick on the point.
Speaking of clean, Panic has 50 HP left when the shields are stripped away by the EMP. Do you know how much damage Nerf Shadow does? 50. Perfect. For long range under snipe from the Reinhardt and Buds. Well coordinated. Bud's going to have to move out of there pretty quickly, get himself healed up. FaZe can answer the next aggression with the Graviton Surge. There's no way it's going to be eaten. It can only be defended by Panic with a Transcendence.
There's the grab. Transcendence to speak of. Derek flinking away from the sidelines, but Far is already gone. A Transcendence not doing a whole lot against that pin. Dead. Potentially finding somebody. Nobody. Anybody? Nope. Absolutely not.
Sniping him.
Oh, and Bud's got him as well. And Reptile is going to go down to Clone Man's shatter. Panic also fell, as there was a small gap in Baboon's shield where he just didn't see, and they instantly get killed. And now only a minute remains, and still this cyclical ult generation coming through from Skyfoxes, Harry. 35% from FaZe having... Sorry, he's only got 35% on that grab, but Buds is so close to another EMP.
Lastro, he's so brave, dude. Just peeking that Deadeye again and again to deliver shot after shot, hitting 2 in a row, and then Buds was easily able to finish it off when the third was connected. Some great coordination there between the main support, or the flex support, and Buds. Derek's already been hacked. Oh, but Derek was on the Sombra. He's not going to be able to survive. He's been slept as well.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh my god, this is torture if you're Underwater Squad right now. There comes the beat from Mac from the top rope. Now Panic's going to go
chance.
Down. I don't know. There is absolutely no way that Underwater Squad are going to be able to penetrate the face of Skyfoxes right now. They still have that EMP ready to go, and they've almost got a Shatter and a Graviton Surge as well. Unbelievable defense from Skyfoxes. There's 5 seconds remaining. I'm not sure anybody's actually going to be able to get back. The Sombra Translocator didn't actually go anywhere. He landed on the ground, and he got slept instantly. Skyfoxes full hold Underwater Squad on Boss Sky, point A.
An interesting attempt at the Skyfoxes composition there by Underwater Squad, but looks like it's a bit of a monkey see, monkey do from me, and I don't know if Baboon can really shot call that kind of thing right now. Don't know if they will have actually practiced that composition as much as they're just floundering for answers. They first came up with a McCree from Derek, but I'm not sure how. Derek ended up on the high ground alone for that Deadeye. Maybe Mac booped Baboon away, but I feel like he should have had a shield up there. There should have been the ability to mitigate incoming damage from Lastro and Buds, who eventually took him down because he was just stuck in one place, being threatening but not effective.
This is why Skyfoxes went undefeated up until yesterday when they faced off against Square One. They're continuing their spree today. Underwater Squad now needs to defend the entirety of the time bank. Skyfoxes are going to get out of the gate. That 4 minutes to even find a semblance of anything on this map. 4 minutes and a potential draw. That is what is in the face of Underwater Squad right now, which also means they cannot win the series.
Yep, this no way this can go to a map 5. The dreams of reverse sweep, Jaws. 4 minutes in to our second half, they're already dead. Skyfoxes just sunk the teeth into the neck. Underwater Squad looking like a wonderful shark fin soup right now. Have to see what we're going to roll out with.
I paused because I wasn't sure about that one, man.
Yeah, like Derek in the back though on the Sombra. He's going to try and beat Buds at his own game. Just having a bit of a scout right now. Cannot see the 6 member, so he will assume. Oh, maybe he's going to actually stay behind and take out this translocator that he's seen be popped down. That will actually mean that Buds is there. It is taking down the translocator. Buds will be very vulnerable. Should have waited for Buds to be revealed potentially.
Potentially so. Reptile trying to boot someone off. Doesn't quite manage to get anybody. Mac takes a little bit of damage. There's a Genji from far too, so they're just going all out aggro. Nice nade against the back of the wall. Does land Derek in a little bit of a hot bother. Attitude as well got bio-grenaded, so he went down rather quickly. They get booted off the high ground too. Cloman's still willing to take a fight, however. They can just hide out in this corridor. They do have obviously Sombra attacking anybody that comes in. They just got to be careful though with that bio-grenade coming through once again.
Michael once again received the healing. It's going to be a Baboon trying to throw in a little bit of cleave damage to this building where Skyfox have decided they're going to make their new humble home. Bud's going to have a bit of a scout right now, looking for Derek. Derek currently has his eyes on Attitude. There's a Bardic Grenade and a hack as well.
On Attitude as well. Yeah, there's no way he can put his shield off. He actually tripped as Zeem's on the ledge, fell over, face planted straight in the snow, making a snow angel. He is going to go down once more, which means Skyfoxes can't really do all of anything. Hack onto face as well, so he can't even barrier himself or his teammates. Cloman goes instantly down as Far dashes through him. Baboon is going to get naded, but they should be able to clean this one up quite quick sharp. Reptile is going to find the boot kill on Lastro, even throwing out an EMP onto 2 people just to make sure they win the team fight. Nanoblade is available to them, but Skyfoxes, they do have an EMP of their own.
I don't know if the EMP was entirely necessary there, Jaws. It just means that Buds now can EMP with impunity. He doesn't really have to worry about Derek getting a counter EMP onto his team. He also doesn't have to worry about an EMP blade. Now, it's only a nano blade he has to deal with. But guess what counters a nano blade really well? A hack.
An EMP! No! Oh, straight into the wall as well. Far gets pinned, shattered, EMP'd. Cloman gets a double kill, and that'll be Skyfoxes on the point. The Cloman was even just waving a brief hello and goodbye to the Sombra, who had to get out of there quite quickly. No way you're going to be able to survive that one. EMP on the point as Derek gets straight on top. Skyfoxes with a W, 3-0 in the series. They win the series as well, only dropping 1 this entire Trials to Square One.
Nano Cloman there. You think you know what DPS is? Let me show you what DPS is. That's a beautiful shadow right there. 2 on the ground. And a follow through.
That's it. It's Underwater Squad. Their hopes now dwindling of getting into Contenders. Right now, they need to at least clutch at 1 map away. Before yesterday, they were currently sitting in that spot on a 1-4 scoreline with the best map differential. They need to at least claim 1 map here in order to actually have a chance. They did win their match, obviously, yesterday against Paradigm as well. It's just going back to the standings and making sure that everything lines up to make sure they can make it. This is their last match, of course.
I've got a quick stat for you that I just figured out from one of the cards. Over the course of that 6.5-minute game, Skyfoxes only took about 13.2k damage, of which Lastro healed a third. So that's a huge amount of healing up time for the Ana, and that's a huge amount of mitigation to damage, or avoidance of damage rather, that Skyfoxes are doing. So that's very much to their credit. They're making sure that Underwater can't have the engagements that they want, and making sure that Underwater definitely can't land the damage that they're hoping to build up those ultimates. And that may be one of the reasons why their offense was so toothless.
Nice. Follow the shark pin, puns. Pins, puns. Can't even speak correctly, and you're just winging them out left, right, and center. Underwater Squad are going to be able to choose the map. I can imagine we're going to Rialto, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just been a common theme with a lot of teams right now just wanting to go there. I think it's because you can not only hold fairly far forward with the 3-3 if our 3-3 is very superior to the enemy teams, but you can also run something a little bit different on the defense as well, using something like a Farah. It does look like actually we're going to Junkertown instead.
See, I thought Junkertown would be disqualified because of Buds' Widow, and I thought that Route 66 would be disqualified because of Buds' Sombra. But apparently they're not scared of the Widow that Buds can bring out, and I think that may come back to bite them. We all remember Downtown. We all remember what Buds did, or at least I remember what Buds did. Maybe the half-time was like 3 minutes long, but it's still pretty easy to remember for me. I don't know if they think they've got an answer for that. It definitely wasn't Derek's Widow last time.
Well, Buzzers, you can play either as well. Like you said, Junkertown, you can play the Sombra too, because there are a lot of mega health packs that are scattered around the map that are in not easy positions for really the defense to hold, and they're not in like amazing positions for their offense to really, oh, we're just going to sit here. You can just kind of hide back. It's not too much of an issue. And Sombra has, again, so much more free space to move around. Scary situation now for Underwater Squad. They need to at least clutch one map win here in order to keep themselves in a viable position for them to make it towards Contenders. We're going to jump into the last map. Here's Skyfoxes' map to win. If they continue to do this, they're going to be a wrecking ball as well in Contenders itself.
Wrecking ball. There you go. You got a pun in. I'm not really sure.
I didn't even mean to. Yeah, well, I didn't even mean to make it a pun. That's like I just.
Yeah, puns aren't really your style. Are you telling me Blizzard did not invent the name Wrecking Ball?
The Miley Cyrus meme? No.
I refuse to believe
watched
that Jeff didn't have some kind of dick dream where it just came to him like, Wrecking.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, they probably watched the Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball video or meme compilations of it for about 10 hours and decided this would make a fantastic hero, by the way.
Maybe. It will be Skyfoxes once again on the defense. This is potentially the speedrun version of a series, Jaws. If they can get an early halt here onto the offensive hopes of Underwater Squad. Right now, Derek is actually hovering over the Widow, potentially expecting Buds to be doing the same. I would not mind some long-range snipers here. This is one of the places where we have most effectively seen double sniper be used, especially in the later stages of Overwatch League's inaugural season. But for now, Baboon is going to be on that Orisa. We could see like a more static DPS try and play on the Katia, like a Bastion or a McCree, but maybe it'll just be to defend the large meaty substance that is Icy and Panic along with Reptile.
Oh, yeah, Derek is on the Widow, like you said. 2 long-range snipers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, that's a
Don't panic.
No, Panic is going to kill the Lastra off. And that is no healing now, basically, for Skyfoxes. They're going to have to back off rather sharpish. They can, I mean, hold around the health packs of Buds, but that's not really going to be too helpful. Even Achu getting picked off by far. Oh, this is the comp that was potentially going to win it all, Harry. It's double sniper. Derek now taking a nice position in that strong
Buds yet to de-stealth. He's still scouting around, wants to try and find his entry point here. Has to be very worried about Panic, and his Zerk could easily be dispatched incredibly quickly by that, or potentially by a Halt from Baboon as well. Sombra can't translocate out of headshots, and neither can Attitude.
Yeah, Attitude, he can shield it, but apparently he didn't have it facing towards Derek. 2 kills for Underwater Squad as Cloman ends up going down as well. Far does end up falling, but Baboon and Derek are just taking control. There's no way you can actually get Derek off this high ground either. Lucio, yeah. Oh, it was Moira, sorry, just fighting off against the Roadhog in a 1v1. You're not going to last long.
I'd like to retract a previous statement. It appears that Derek's Widowmaker is the answer. Buds is having a little bit of a stealth round right now, maybe trying to go to the enemy spawn and get a little bit of a camp there, but Far's found him out. You've got to be careful about those incoming rounds. Buds will be de-stealthed by the Diva with that random fire. We'll have to go elsewhere.
FaZe dies to poison. Now switching to Diva.
Give it a whiff.
Actually, we need to kill Derek somehow. We need to Matrix him somehow. I can't really run the Xayah in this instance. And even Clone Man jumping onto the Winston.
Oh, Buds haven't
activated. Nope. No, he's not.
Can now be seen in stealth as he will have that outline applied. Mac making a very dangerous run right there. Will catch himself a body shot. Will have a Harmony up to keep him nice and safe. Panic's going to be very suppressive over here.
Wow, beautiful Hulk onto Clone Man there to drag him down from the high ground. They do manage to take control though, as both the Maka and FaZe are up there. Can't be contested from now, as Attitude and Maka are finding himself on it. There's a 3-man EMP, as Panic does take out Attitude, but can they follow up with anything else? They're still hacked, but they're just not going down without a fight. Far is also going to kill off Birds. It's an equal trade, but they still have a healing advantage on the side of
Cart's still moving.
Clone Man still popping off though, finds 2 kills in Far and Icy, and another one on Baboon. Cart was still moving. Yes, Reptile needs to find a way to actually keep his team in this fight. Baboon gets raised and actually lobs out the supercharger. Clone Man kills 4 people, including the Mercy, and now Baboon is trapped all on his lonesome.
Clone Man giving everyone a new sense of the word expendable, but now he's under pressure from Far, and somehow, how is this happening, Jaws? Underwater Squad.
Killed 4 people, why have you not won this fight? Clone Man unfortunately ends up going down at the hands of the Hanzo, and that means Underwater Squad do manage to find the cap. They have 5 minutes to push through this final section.
It's a really good engagement on that last point as well. Attitude actually dropped down from a high ground and shield bashed Far while he was channeling his ultimate, so the Dragon Strike was entirely cancelled. A great game sense play from Attitude. He's now going to be swapping over onto a Trace who wants to deliver a bit more burst damage. Himself and Buds can combine for huge amounts of damage onto Roadhog to farm up for ultimates.
Right, Clone Man's going in again. Hopefully he gets another couple of kills. Team, please don't die. There is the self-destruct as well as that ultimate coming through from Panic to push everybody off the payload. Attitude ends up going down to Baboon, but he does get traded. Now a Transcendence from Lastro to keep everybody alive in the fight. Gotta keep Clone Man, man. He's carrying the fight right now. Manages to kill off Reptile. They do manage to clear Underwater Squad off of the point for the time being. And they are able to get a nice position on the payload too. Buds has that EMP, so when they jump on that payload, they've got another thing to really worry about.
Am I wrong, or did Buds open that last fight with an EMP as well? If so, some fantastic generation there from the Sombra, some good tracking coming through the SMG and picking the targets rather carefully. But Panic now going to swap over onto Viana, wants to be able to use that anti-grenade as well as sleep these small pesky flankers who can be summarily executed thereafter, and Derek going to be scouting out a lot with this
Crazy carry till everybody's on the payload. 5-man EMP. Lashlo still goes down the back line, but the rest of Underwater Squad are going to fall. The only person that didn't get EMP was Derek, because he was actually in stealth somewhere else at that point. But still, one-out wonder. Easy team fight win for Skyfoxes. Now they've got 2 ults to fall back on. They have self-destruct, and Lastro should be able to get that Transcendence fairly soon.
Swapping over to this classic 3-3 with a Winston here on the side of the defense. Derek still scatting around, has not been discovered just yet, and FaZe not going to be able to find him thus far. Could open up with a hack, will actually manage to get the hack onto FaZe, going to be very vulnerable.
Fire's going to have a hard time of actually finding someone here. Nice fire grenade actually onto Matt. That Transcendence used by Lastro at the last second to instantly top everybody up. The 300 HPS doing a good job of that. Now Fire's on the point alone, but the rest of the tanks from Skyfoxes just pushed themselves into a tight corridor, meaning that fire grenade did hit a couple of them, but Cloman still managing to find picks. Reptile and Panic end up going down. Baboon uses that Primal Rage, but gets quickly killed off as soon as that Discord Orb was applied.
What is going on in there? I didn't even put my camera in there, Jules. I thought, oh, this will be quick. Turns out it was actually a massacre. It was actually a good engagement from Baboon as well. Managed to knock Clone Man's 16 forward and keep him in that room as well as body block the way out. But there was such a great response there from Skyfox. They just all piled into him like, oh, you want to fight in there? Fine. We'll come and fight in there. And we're going to make it incredibly painful for you on the way. But look at all these ultimates that are ready for the side of Underwater Squad. Now almost have that Nano Blade ready to go. Could Blade EMP as well and then use a Nano Winston.
That's a big ultimate commitment, though. They still have the Nano Blade. They can't find a pick just off of that EMP. The Nano Blade has been unleashed. Attitude is trying to kite away as best he can, and Clone Man doing a good job of it as well, using that Primal Rage to bat the Genji away completely. Denies so much space, and Far already used the double dashes as well to try and reset off somebody. Clone Man. Unbelievable Winston play. Just solo carrying this game right now. But almost has that Graviton Surge as well. That 5-minute time bank carry has been shortened to 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Going mad lad for sure, and that was kind of a failed engage there from Underwater Squad. Should have potentially just used the Nano Winston or EMP'd while Blade was available. Instead, Far was forced to use a long time of that EMP just trying to farm.
Panic ends up going down to a swift boot from Lastro. That beat as well is going to force everybody in that corner. Clone Man getting so much cleave damage off. Even Lastro using a Transcendence to see the team fight through after that beat was used from Underwater Squad. A rally has been called forth by Skyfoxes as self-destruct lands on the point. Baboon is there. Only one for Underwater Squad actually touching, however. So he does get stunned and instantly killed off of. And still, Underwater Squads are playing right into Skyfox's hands. Bud still has that Graviton Surge to his name.
And what was once such overwhelming momentum is now being quite summarily stopped here by Skyfox's phase. That's not the route he wanted. Got caught up in the rotating blades. Took a little bit more damage on the exit than he would like. But thankfully, managed to keep his mech and will give a little bit of ultimate charge over to his supports. Buds has that all-important Graviton Surge, but so does Derek. And crucially, Icy has a huge premium on the self-destruct with a combination with Baboon's charge.
He does. Derek and Buds equaling ult charge right now. Graviton Surge comes in from Derek this time. The self-destruct right on top. Another Graviton Surge coming in from Buds though. Self-destruct does find one in Mac, and Lasher a little bit too late with that Transcendence, but they're going to have to win the team fight now. That healing is going to disappear very soon. Reptile ends up falling, making it a 1-for-1 trade in all so far, as both rallies have also been popped. That stacking armor is going to help them see through the rest of the fight. Icy's mech ends up going down, so now they have a D.Va disadvantage as well. Faye just pummeling away at Baboon's shield. It gets broken, and he gets killed off at the end as well. 4 seconds now remain, as Reptile just tries to get a couple extra meters on this cart. They're going to have to go and rotate backwards to them. Faze boots Reptile off the payload, but he still manages to get the beat off. He ends up going down in the end, and Skyfoxes are able to hold the push from Underwater Squad now. OG's going to take through as soon as far as actually dealt with. There we go. He's already dead. No 3 points on the board for Underwater Squad. Skyfoxes halt them just before they can get the final count.
And that was great objective play there from Skyfoxes to realize, hey, this guy's got to contest for card to keep it in overtime. So while his team are over there, we should just go for like a 5v6. And then we'll come back and deal with Lucio after. Understanding their win conditions very well there. And understanding the numbers game, understanding exactly how much power they had in each distinct area of the map, and ensuring they could divvy their resources appropriately.
Now Skyfoxes have a clear win condition. You just need to push it about 76 meters after the second point has been captured. Underwater Squad still clutching at straws, just trying to find at least one map win in the series.
It's going to be a pretty hard-fought one. I imagine we are going to be seeing quite a formidable offense come out from the side of Skyfoxes. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it ends up looking like a 3-2-1. FaZe right now, however, hovering with D.Va. Obviously, when we talk about hero picks in offensive spawns, they are often very presumptuous and they can often change. But FaZe playing a D.Va here would be very interesting, because it means that he'd be more likely to challenge high ground, knowing that Derek and Farah are very into playing these double snipers.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see Buds just quickly whip out the Widowmaker, but it does look like he's just sticking with the same old in Sombra. Just a quick peek out of the spawn door wouldn't go amiss. With Derek, you know he's going to be playing that Widowmaker, plus obviously Far on the Hanzo. Derek taking a nice little position on the rocks on the right hand side. Might be able to pick someone out of spawn.
Icy getting a lot of spam there, trying to make sure he can de-stealth Buds, who had a quick little duel there with Derek. Doesn't want to try that one again, and that's a big hook and a big save from a piece of sheet metal there for Lastro. Never been more thankful for Australian architecture.
Yeah, Panic actually got hacked there as well, so there's no way he could use his breather, meaning Buds could get a nice little bit of ult charge in the meantime. No instant pick from Derek like we saw last round, just hiding behind Baboon's shield for the time being. Buds, however, on the flank. Farah actually gets bio-grenaded. Lastro on the massive flank actually gets head taken clean off by Derek. There's a 1-for-1 trade, a healer down for a DPS. Not the best one of right now if you're Skyfoxes. You only have Lucio really now to fall back on. Attitude's going to need to start swinging away.
And he also needs to contest the cart right now. Buds managed to finish off Derek. That's a huge amount of firepower gone. Baboon's still backing up away from the cart. It hasn't stopped, Jaws.
Doesn't stop. Baboon's dead. Reptile soon to follow as a fire grenade does connect. And Panic now, the last one alive, is also going to go down to Attitude. Both these teams, good job at on the offense. So it seems to be quite a common theme, Harry. No one can defend the point.
Baboon got bad spawns here, so he may be going back to spawn to try and change on something like a Winston or a Reinhardt. We'll set up a shield behind him. May decide to try and take this engagement. Derek being caught out early here, not going to be great, and that means Buds is so close to that EMP, can let it go at his leisure. Maybe he'll use it on Reptile to try and avoid some kind of Valkyrie. But of course, there's still a lot of aerial momentum available with a Valkyrie there. Uh-oh.
This isn't good. This isn't good if you're Buds right now. He has the EMP, but can't really get into a nice position. Sights hard being extended. Uh-oh. Well, FaZe is dead. Clone Man shield going extremely low too. They might just want to go for a full reset here. They can't really challenge them. Buzz is going to go in though. 5-man EMP. In fact, Icy's the only one that didn't get hacked. Or I tell a lie, he did. He was just slept at the same time. Clone Man just running through the opposition, refusing to make this payload stop. They lose one man, Harry. It doesn't matter. They'll take the 5v6 any day. That'll be Reptile using the wings as well to get Icy on the payload, but look at how much damage is going off. Clone just mince-beating Icy's mech. Even their self-destruct to try and clutch its semblance at this point. Reptile touching the payload as well, but those wings are going to run out very shortly. Buds end up going down too far, and he sends the Dragons onto the point, but the beat will see him through it for now.
Attitude right now has his eyes on fire. Panic's got his eyes on the payload as well. Clone won't pick up much from that.
Ooh, not at all. Solo shatter onto Panic. Why not? Take out the Hammond. He's such an annoying target to deal with anyway. Derek is still trying to click heads. He manages to click max, but they still manage to get the payload in. 5 minutes now remain for them to get 76 meters. Lastro ends up going down as well. Derek on a one-man solo mission in the back line. Gets taken out by FaZe in the end, but needs to get back to spawn point ASAP because they're going to need a quick regroup.
Speaking of Derek, I was highly amused when Buds was basically hiding right next to him. He activated search and was like, hold up, what is that? And Buds was like, oh, damn, detected. I gotta go, dudes. I gotta go. FaZe has the Graviton Surge ready to go. He's got to make sure Icy doesn't eat it. If he does not eat it, that means this is a huge win condition ready for Skyfox and what could potentially be the final fight.
You can't eat it if you're hacked, and then a 5-man bio grenade as well. Thank you very much, says FaZe. That is a free Graviton Surge. Icy is dead. Complete team wipe for Skyfoxes. That was brutal execution from the blue squad, and now they're just going to sink it on home. Baboon trying to get back, trying to delay as much time as he possibly can, but Skyfoxes are going to continue their rampage through NA Trials. Another big EMP. It lands on 5 people. Panic's the only one not afflicted, but a beautiful fire grenade to sink Underwater squad. Skyfoxes take the series 4-0 and continue their stomp through NA Trials. That lands them with only 1 loss, and that was to square 1 yesterday.
Beautiful play, and let's not forget, Skyfoxes right here, they were playing with a substitute main tank. They usually play with iRemix, and instead they had Clone Man, and, well, Clone Man still got that showreel going after he got dropped from LA Gladiators, or he parted ways with LA Gladiators. Not LA Gladiators, he parted ways with XL2. And, well, he's got a card in every single game thus far, hasn't dropped anything, and he's been definitely the better main tank at what we've seen, so someone needs to pick this man up.
Everybody got a card there, yeah. Definitely deserved one. Lastro with the perfect bio grenades. Lastro's just been forming out of his mind on the Ana. Obviously, he had a card there for the Zen as well, using the Transcendent. Even Buds with the Sombra. Seems like they perfected this composition where they use Buds in such a way that obviously he's not pressuring shields at all, but he's just such a nuisance in the back line that it's extremely hard for the rest of anybody, regardless of what team it is, Underwater squad, whoever they're playing against, to actually deal with him. And he just has such control on this Sombra, and then getting an EMP maybe 1 for every 1.5 fights. It's almost perfect.
Yeah, I'd argue that from what we've seen of Skyfoxes, they have some of the best communication that we've seen in Trials. They're always able to play around the win conditions, make sure that Buds can control those slow pushes, ensuring that the perfect circumstances are there to get the hack that they want, and then make the more decisive play using the speed boost of Mac. Although, my personal highlight still got to be Mac with a double boop on King's Row 3rd point. Derek and Baboon did not know what hit them.
Well, that is it